All right, this is Mr. Barr, and I'm going to do some absolute value equations, solving them. The method I'm going to show you right now also works for absolute value inequalities. And the little phrase I'm going to say, it's called split, flip, negative. It's actually going to make more sense when we get to the inequalities, but we're going to do it with the equations also. So here's the deal. Here's kind of the notes for this. So step 1, isolate. And then step 2, split, flip, negative. So isolate, split, flip, negative. So I'm looking at this guy right here. I'm actually going to flip it over here. D plus 6 equals 0. Notice that the absolute value is already isolated, which means it's all by itself. Now I'm going to split it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into two equations. I'm going to split it into D plus 6 equals 0 and D plus 6, ready? Flip the equal sign, which in this case doesn't do anything, right? And then add a negative to the number. So what I do, and in this example it doesn't do much, but I split it up, I flip the equal sign, which doesn't do anything to an equal sign, but if it was an inequality, it would actually do something, right? If I flipped a less than, it would become a greater than. And I add a negative to whatever number's here. In this case, it's a 0, which doesn't matter. And now I solve each of these. So subtracting 6, D equals negative 6. It's the same thing over here. D equals negative 6. So it's negative 6 and negative 6. But it's going to make more sense when we do more of these. Negative 6, negative 6. Okay. First off, I need to isolate it. Plus 1, plus 1. So I have absolute value of r equals 5. Split it. Ready? R equals 5. R, ready? Flip it. I just flipped this. It doesn't do anything because it's an equal sign, but if it was an inequality, it would matter. Negative becomes a negative 5. Split it, flip the inequality symbol or the equal sign, and add a negative. R equals 5, R equals negative 5. R equals 5, negative 5. Okay, this guy is already isolated, so it's m plus 9 equals 1. Split. M plus 9 equals 1. Ready? Flip it. Equal sign doesn't do anything. Negative. Split, flip, negative, solve it. M equals negative 8. M equals negative 10. First, I have to isolate it. To isolate it, I'm going to divide both sides by 6. That's going to give me b equals 0, right? Dividing both sides by 6, these guys cancel out. Got it. Split it. B equals 0, B equals, that just flipped. You can't tell it, but it flipped, and a negative 0. Doesn't mean anything. So B equals 0, B equals 0. Let's jump a level and see what happens. Oh, well, let's solve it. Split it. Y minus 8 equals 0. Y minus, that's a minus 8 equals negative 0. Y equals 8. Y equals 8. It looks like it has two solutions. No, it has one solution, right? 8 and 8, one solution. So this is harder just because of the isolation that I have to do. So plus 3, that's going to give me negative 4, absolute value of z equals negative 4. Dividing both sides by negative 4. It's going to give me absolute value of z equals 1. Here we go, split. Z z equals 1, z flipped. This just flipped, you can't tell, negative 1. Negative 1 and 1. It's already isolated, so it's just going to be split. Flip. I just flipped the equal sign. You can't tell, but I did it. Add the negative. Dividing both sides by negative 2, dividing both sides by negative 2, n equals negative 9. Negative 2, n equals 9. Negative 9 and 9. All right. The isolation's just a little bit more difficult here. Let's jump a level, see how it gets crazier. Back to this one solution, no solution thing. Let's see. Let's just start solving it. Isolate it. So minus 3, that's going to give me h minus 9 equals 62. Here's the split. H minus 9 equals 62. H minus 9. I just flipped the equal sign. You can't tell. Negative 62. Adding 9, that takes me to 71. Subtracting, adding 9. Oh, what's that take me to? 52, 53, negative 53. So how many solutions? 2 solutions. There's nothing crazy here. Jumping a level. There's nothing crazy here, but I'll still do it. What's going on? Isolating, so dividing by 6, 14 divided by 6. That's 2.3 repeating. That's going to give me, so 2.3 repeating equals z minus 1. Okay, here's the split. Z minus 1 equals 2.3 repeating. Z minus 1 equals negative 2.3 repeating. Adding 1. Z equals 3.3 repeating. Z equals negative 1.3 repeating. So 2 answers. 2 solutions. Okay, nothing crazy there. I'm going to jump a level. Nothing crazy. Let's do it. Isolate it. Dividing both sides by negative 6. So absolute value of negative j minus 6 equals 0. Here's the split. Negative j minus 6 equals 0. Negative j minus 6 equals negative 0. And there was a flip there. Adding 6. Negative j equals 6, so j equals negative 6. Okay, good. I'm glad this one showed up. This is going to be a no solution. Okay, isolate it. Dividing by negative 5, 7x minus 7 equals negative 4. Think about this. An absolute value can only spit out a positive. This is saying this absolute value is spitting out a negative. See that negative? This can't be done. The absolute value of anything equals a positive number, right? So there's no solution to this because this is saying it's a negative. All right, hey, that's good enough. Thanks for watching.